This is a video meant to talk through page 3 of lesson 4 for the CT STEM curriculum. So the simulation we were working on with models dissolves potassium chloride in water. You have control over the exact number of water molecules represented in the quote beaker. You will begin by looking at the overall bulk system. Okay, so the fact that we have water molecules in a beaker, that tells us that from the previous page, our answer should have been that water is in liquid form. Okay, so if you did not put that it was in liquid form, please make sure to go back and change that. And that's important as we're kind of thinking this through. So I want to scroll down just like before and read through the questions that I'm going to be answering before I start the simulation. So the first question is, calculate the change in temperature of the system by recording the initial and final temperatures of the system below. Okay, so when it says hover your cursor over the graph to obtain the exact initial and final temps. And then next, what action in the simulation corresponds to the specific temperature drops on your graph? Okay, so what is actually happening in the simulation that is causing the temperature to drop? And it says if you are not able to determine this, reduce the number of water molecules until you are able to determine it. Okay. All right, so let's go back up here. Okay, so adjust the slider bar so that the maximum number of water molecules are possible. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to actually slide this up to the maximum number, which is 100. Then press setup. Then press go. Okay, so we have them kind of just moving around a bit. And you'll notice that if we look at, I'm hovering over, it's averaging the ticks, comma, the temperature, okay? So my temperature this entire time is 300 kelvins, okay? All right, so next it says, press add potassium chloride and observe what happens. Okay, so I've added potassium chloride and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 potassium chlorides. And you just kind of want to run the simulation until you see them start to break up. And as they are breaking up, we want to pay attention to what is happening with the temperature. Okay, and it's moving kind of slowly so that you can specifically look at these all. You want to zoom in and look at the potassium chlorides that are still together and watch them and watch what happens to them until they get broken up, until they separate into two different kind of objects that are moving around in the simulation. So it looks like we have one left. Oh, and this one is broken. Okay, so looks like we have, I'm gonna go ahead and pause. So we see how we started off with 300 and we have changing temperature, changing temperature, changing temperature. And then our temperature is the same, okay? That's what we're looking for. That's how we know that this is finished. We also see that all of our potassium chlorides are all broken up, okay? So then we'll just come down here, answer these questions below, and that is page 3.